Well, today we've talked a lot about keeping you, your family, and home safe during the storm.
But we also need to think about our pets. Here's what you need to keep in mind. First, make sure you have water for your animals. A good rule of thumb, a case of bottled water for each animal. Make sure you've got plenty of food. Canned food is sometimes better because it can last longer. Also, keep in mind if you're forced to evacuate because of the weather, not all shelters accept animals. Safe Haven Animal Shelter Sanctuary in Georgetown explains what you need to do if you have to leave your pet behind, especially if it's a dog.
Definitely leave as much fresh water as possible. You want to leave it in the highest point possible in your house, whether if you're in a second story built home, you want to put it on the second story, as well as much dry food or canned food, however you want to do it. Leave it open and ready for them. However, if you are going to do a second story or even the bottom floor, you want to make sure that you have an escape route for that animal so that they are able to get out. So an open window, something along those lines, because you don't want the dog to be stuck in whatever surrounding it is in.
If you're going to a shelter that does let you bring your pets, here's what you need to have with you. Bring all of your pets' medications, medical information, and records in a waterproof container. Bring sturdy leashes, harnesses, muzzles, and even carriers for your furry friends. We mentioned food and water, but also remember to bring cat litter and even a can opener. You never know how crowded that animal shelter will be, so be prepared. And finally, bring a current photo of your pet just in case they get lost in the storm.
Okay, so where's a shelter? Well, when it comes to finding out shelter information, you can turn to the American Red Cross Shelter Finder app. The Shelter Finder displays open Red Cross shelters and their current population on an easy-to-use map interface.
The American Red Cross also has a hurricane tracker app. With it, you can monitor conditions in your area or throughout the storm track, prepare your family and home, find help, and let others know you are safe even if the power is out.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, also has an app that contains disaster safety tips, an interactive emergency kit list, emergency meeting location information, and a map with open shelters and open FEMA disaster recovery centers.
And of course, the WBOC News mobile app offers weather updates, including radar and severe weather alerts. You can also watch WBOC News broadcasts live on your device. The WBOC mobile app is available on iTunes and Android.
Okay, so this is great. Obviously, if your power's out and you can't charge your smartphone, you got a problem. You remember when I went to Oklahoma?
Yep, out to Moore.
I learned something. I went there for the Moore tornado, and the Newcastle tornado came through while I was there.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
We didn't have any way, when the power went out, to watch the local station that had a lot of great coverage. There was a guy that brought one of these things out. It wasn't this exact one, but this is a battery backup that what I did was I used his and I plugged it directly into my phone. Now this one, I got one as soon as I got back. This one in particular has not only the cables that I need, but it's got the connectors for just about anything, if it's Android, if it's Apple, that'll hook you up. And on top of that, not only does this thing come in really handy for charging and connecting anything, it's also got a flashlight too.
Wow.
So this thing, as soon as I got back, I bought one and kept it handy. It's a great idea. By the way, don't forget, for all this information, you want a link, the best place to go is delmarvalife.com. Just click on the show tab.
And thanks for watching Delmarva Life. Don't forget, we're moving to 5 p.m.
Yes,
starting on Tuesday, September 10th. Now, U.S. Open tennis will be on at this time Friday and Monday, so that's when you'll see us again.
Now, remember when you were a kid heading back to school, you got all those snazzy back-to-school clothes? I think the styles have changed just a little bit since you and I were kids. We're going to have a back-to-school fashion show to see what's in this fall.
And what does it take to start a winery? Well, it certainly isn't something you create overnight. Brian visits Layton's Chance Vineyard and Winery in Vienna to find out how it all started for them.
We're also going to hear the story of a local youth pastor whose passion for God and music brought him to Delmarva, and he plans to stay. We're going to tell you why. Plus, he'll play a couple of songs from his latest album.
And we're in the kitchen with Sobos making seared scallops. Plus, learn about an upcoming event that brings several local chefs together for Habitat for Humanity.
Now, don't forget, if you missed any of today's information, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com. Delmarva Life. Life at its best here on Delmarva.